Hello everyone, my name is Rima Bagchi. I am from Kolkata, West Bengal. I am a student of English literature and currently I am pursuing my masters from Women's College, Calcutta. I won the second position in the AIFEST poetry competition category 3 and the poem's name was actually I'm fumbling because of the nervousness and the poem's name was Do Love Last a Lifetime. It is an optimistic take towards love. A person who is eager to love, whatever happens in her life, he or she, actually it is she in my poem, but you can make it he if you want. So, he or she is eager to love. And this is the only take I found for the shades of love thing. Because being an optimistic person, I do not stand pessimistic attitude towards love. Thank you and please do listen to the poetry because I am reciting for the first time. I never actually wrote a poem. This is the first time and this is the first time I am reciting one. So it's a great experience and first times are always special. Thank you everyone. Please do listen.
I privy to love. My heart wanted something unique. Brain wanted perpetual. Do love last a lifetime? In answer, life happened to be. It made me a penchant for love. I was 17. I first saw the charms of heaven. A classmate, yet unique in sense. Humorous, yet chivalry at stake. Approached me one day with a crude smile on face. It was no longer love. I sensed the fog. He offered a night and took a look at my assets. Ah, poor love, you just became an old intertwined cassette. A shade of love with lust at one pole, I just skipped and jumped to another hole. Spring again hovered over my house. I came across my spouse. He was 34, I was 21. Many twist the odd, but inquired none. Thrill and adventure ran through my spine. I was eager to call him mine. A penchant for love, as they say. I was pleased with his appearance and sight. But my happiness could not see the daylight. The bosom of romance was shattered at night. He vigorously caught me under his might. Mother never taught me how to fight. The love continued every night. My might was dead and so was I. My body was his only desire and crave, not me, but he is now in grave. Widows don't love again, society howled. I shook and farmed that same. I am desirous, and that's a fault. I am ambitious, and that's a fault. I again fell for a man, younger than me, and full of thirst to quench. I was a butterfly who needed her blossom. He moved with heart at sleeve. All I wished for appeared into life. Experience seized and love made way. My body wanted warmth. He was the fireplace. He was a nomad. I was a firefly who was free. One day he was gone, as nomads are known. Ah, unfortunate lady. No, judgment was wrong. So I thought love is not bound to force. Let love free and acquire the moon, be the bird and creep no soon. Bonds and shades are prone to love. Love defines, hurts, and shapes one. Love is bliss, love is trauma, love is beautiful, love is melancholy. Love is nothing, yet love is everything. I again wandered in the forest of Cupid, met a man who was at his autumn. I was not autumn, but felt like one. When he touched me, I was in the realms of fire. I don't know if this will last, but I will never stop when I spot love. Different shades, yet the flavor is same. All names are different, yet love is same.
Adeyanju, Nigeria. If hearts are books, chapter by chapter, page by page, line by line, each word will have been read, interpreted, and analyzed exhaustively. If hearts are physicalized structures, inch by inch, each element will have been all gleaned. Blocks, cement, sand, stone, and nails, water, even, and sweat, and all. Prints of masons and carpenters, and printers' brush strokes betrayed, and electricians' fraudulent wiring detected. If you're painstaking and patient yet, all that seems a mystery will become a revelation clearer than spring, unpolluted and fresh. If words were adequate, if feelings could be expressed, if writing would the trick do, page by page, letter upon letter, you will plead I stop. Alas, you still don't know. If only you know, or rather acknowledge you know, you drive me away and into the arms of another. If only you know, I'm not one to violate you. If you know, or if you know.
Namaste. Greetings to all viewers and literary buffs. This is Chandran, faculty in the Department of Tourism Studies, Pondicherry University. At the outset, I wish to express gratitude to AIFEST for organizing this event and for conferring A grade to my poem Mission Together and offering an opportunity for its recitation in this avenue. The poem has been written on the theme the pandemic and the category for everyone. I am delighted to note the commendable role played by AIFEST to nurture and nourish the poetic talents. Poetry is a powerful literary medium. Well-crafted verses have the intrinsic verve and vitality to ignite even passive minds. The appeal it generates is quite profound. Epics and works of great magnitude have been written in the poetic style to influence humanity. Verses have always inspired torchbearers of progress. We all resort to one platform or the other to express our emotions, feelings, thoughts, experiences, and outlook. Poetry is that creative platform which is laced with rhythm and spontaneity. In 2012, I had published a volume of poetry titled Looking Beyond, configuring 75 poems. An outline of this poem was written few years ago, titled Together. But it did not blossom as a full-fledged poetry. The leads were prepared in consonance with the World Tourism Day theme, Tourism for All. The theme proposed by AIFEST, the pandemic, instilled the creative urge in me to start afresh and complete the draft work penned earlier. This poem is about the overwhelming mood of innocence, of innocent vision towards inner transformation, of heralding the dynamic pathbreakers amid distress. It is a fact that in the time of pandemic, it is very hard to avert the inner turbulence. This poem is also about responsibility. The message I want to communicate through this poem is resurgence through responsibility. I would dedicate this poem Mission Together to all the health and sanitation personnel across the globe who are toiling day and night for the welfare of all. With joy and regards, let me present to you the poem Mission Together. Together, together, together let us weave the magic carpet and sail always and everywhere. The magic carpet in these verses implies the state of mind. What goes into its weaving are the sights, sounds, sense, and all the delicacies around. So together let us weave the magic carpet and sail always and everywhere. Fly over the plights of pandemic, blights of virulence, without a flutter, without a tremble. There are a lot of things we have left undone. The mood of terrible distress, lot of things we have missed. Buried in the clutches of COVID, we yearned for the soothing songs of the spring birds. Together let us make their wings flap. Together let us bond beyond all barriers. Together we shall take the flight and not the fight. Together we shall create spaces to access. The wake of pandemic has awakened our compassion for humanity. Lo, together let us weave the magic carpet and sail always and everywhere. As the storm of brutal pandemic lashes our lives, as the demons of COVID ignite a sea of flame, we ought to spread our spirit and shower our willpower. We will chase away the disaster and its rotten shadow in our finest hour. COVID is a curse for the believer, catastrophe for the atheist. Come what may, we are together in the vulnerable crossroads. Count on our powerful symphony of blessing and belonging. Dignity for all, dear oh dear, not to trample. Protocols for all, cheer oh cheer, not to shatter. As the tears of misfortune come rolling by, say, buddy, be steady, let us rejoice. The wake of pandemic has awakened our ability to tolerate. Lo, together let us weave the magic carpet and sail always and everywhere. New normal is really abnormal. Natural is the crush of humans. Can it be abandoned? The beaming stars and the rollicking meadows, that which cast a magic spell, can it be masked? For long we are vying for peace and wish for a magic potion to chill out at ease. We will soon get going to exotic places, packing up our light suitcases. There we will hum together, waving our magic vans, thumping our meandering moods with poise evermore. Sparkle the light out from the darkness, feast to put off the fiasco, treasure the mesmerizing vibes of the caressing winds. The wake of pandemic has awakened our sense of unconditional love. Lo, together let us weave the magic carpet and sail always and everywhere. The pandemic mocked at our mortal might. The earth and its elements now have a splendid time. Our hands were roughened with vanity and greed. Oh, it's not time to sob. It's for us to regain the softness and charm. Roars of pandemic do not threaten anymore. Raging hearts of hapless have set the streams gushing seawards. Monsters of COVID will be nullified in the lap of this awesome planet. Melancholic world will arise from the tsunami of misery. The doors that blocked kindness are opened. The dust that choked goodness has lessened. Together we are in charge to outwit the worries. Together ahead, rise and march. The wake of pandemic has awakened our empathetic outlook. Lo, together let us weave the magic carpet and sail always and everywhere. Jamboree, jamboree, soak in the depths of overwhelming merry. Stay afloat in spree and get rid of pandemic worry. Together we will take the sure shot and the virus will have to flee. The grief-stricken bards are turning ecstatic. They sing in the stirring streets amid lighted candles. They drift and dance around broken cages and colorful costumes. They evoke the core of sublime human spirit. Together we will sow the seeds of harmony. Together we will celebrate the harvest in glee. Together we will herald the ever-enduring spring. Together we will swing and sway to the nature's song. The wake of pandemic has awakened our passion for coexistence. Lord, together let us weave the magic carpet and sail always and everywhere. Best wishes to all of you. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everybody. I am Barasha Rani Saikia from Assam. I am studying MA in English Literature at Sibsagar College, Joysagar. Actually, I am neither fluent in English nor in recitation. Just going to read the poem. Happy to say, I am beloved of poetry, beloved of words. There are so many great poets in English literature. There is magic in their words, in their pens. And this is my first attempt to write a poem under shades of love in English. Now I am going to read the poem. Please excuse the errors. The title of the poem is Sprouting Heart. Allotting her a little time, she writes a fraction in his name. Furnishing care, she keeps the plants alive. No rain comes. She knows nothing regards him. Without knowing him, he is a precious stone. Recognizing his popularity, vanity, she understands she has not right to make him own. He is a man of love. He is a man of work. He is a man of society. Love is art. Hope is alive. One day he will come. The last leaf of our plane will not drop down. Thank you.
Namaste, this is Disha Gupta. I am from Jhansi and my poem is A Dream of Togetherness. Why I started writing poem? Because I got inspired by so many storytellers, so many movie makers like Walt Disney. The way I have seen so many movies like Anastasia, Barbie as a Princess and Pauper, the show A Little Mermaid, Ariel. So these shows has some songs in it, and I used to like those songs. I used to like the poetic sense in it, and the way we have poems in our literature. That also inspired me to write poetry, and today I'm here to recite my poem. I'm thankful that my poem got selected in A grade and it will be published in your reputed anthology. Thank you for that. And here I begin with my poem. A Dream of Togetherness. Woven a dream of togetherness and a silent promise of forgiveness. Without saying who is right or wrong, we will sing the same song. How you came to my life, looking at your picture on your profile. I admired your silence and sincerity. It made me feel we are united till infinity. The first time I heard your voice, how my heart bounced and I rejoiced. From a clan of warrior and a man of swords, how to describe you in few words? On the waters your ship sails. Here I wait in the reply of your mails. For the world calls you a sailor. You are no less than an epitome of valor. From the gentle to violent wave. Restless for your love, I crave. Busy with your trade and war, I admired you looking at the star. Battling with the storms of the sea and breaking all the norms of breeze, tossing the anchor and rolling the rudder, you came winning out of every hurdle. Long time later you came and make our love tale gain some fame. Spread everywhere the symbol of dove. Paint me in the color of love. Our love is huge and islandic, a silent oath and commitment on Titanic, offering me heart of ocean and ring. There I pronounced you as my king. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Keerthana Prasanna, working as an assistant professor of English in Srimad Andavan Arts and Science College, Trichy, Tamilnadu. I hail from a remote village called Nadagadu of Tanjavur district in eastern Tamil Nadu. Even though I completed my schooling through Tamil medium, I chose English literature as my major subject in my undergraduate program as I was passionate about learning English language. As a teacher of English language, I always witness there is an inhibition and fear among the students who learn English as a second language. So I consciously put effort to break that inhibition and to make my students learn English language in an interesting way. And my love for poetry is unfathomable, and my poetic inspirations are Wordsworth, Shelley, Keats, and Robert Frost. And poetry is one of my all-time favorite genres in literature, and I could see it is the only genre where our emotions, our feelings can be spontaneous, which eventually gives us harmony, serenity, and tranquility. So I always look at the positive side of every happening in my life. I wrote this poem when people were anxious about this pandemic period, and I see this pandemic period as a blessing in disguise, though we have lost many souls. The title of my poem is The Sojourner. Here is the poem. Banging doors, clanging vessels, yelling vendors, howling dogs, honking cars, rustling debris, intolerable bed novas, unbearable migrants, terrifying deadlines left us exhausted. Postmodern fills the nature, hullabaloo our lives are before the sojourner entered the globe. A pandemonium became the earth when the sojourner hit the universe. She tiptoed through the air and lives wherever a sneeze heard. She tiptoed through the air and lives wherever a sneeze heard. Science suffers, art buffers, media sniffs, governments are in lockdown, distanced our lives are. Lament not the sojourner. Clouds crown the cliff, moods stroll in the lawn, crickets are chirping, beetles are humming, seeds are sprouting. The spring is on the way. I fell in love with the quarantine way. The universe is unfolding an enigmatic aroma. Thank you all, and from the bottom of my heart, I thank all the AIFEST coordinators and also the judges for having created such a wonderful platform for people like me, and also for having selected my poem. Thank you all.
Hi everyone, I am Ifoma Izine Odie, a lecturer in the Department of English Language and Literature, Adegboye University, Oka, Anambra State. The title of my poem is The Pandemic. This poem belongs to the category 3, which is meant for literary scholars, everyone else, lovers of poetry, and the rest. I was poured into writing this poem as a result of the problems of COVID-19, the issues of distance, bridge of love, oneness, unity in terms of relationship between one country and the other. And I would say that this competition, the AIFEST competition, has given me the opportunity to express myself in a very unique way. Now, I want you to sit back and enjoy my poem titled The Pandemic. Behold the bald surface, dog-best net cracking down with infringed trademark. Hundreds of days ordered in bubble decrees, wresting power from Earth's finest, we grasp the chain channels. Like a breeze grasped firmly by darkness, choking with anxiety of a freak genus, a code-like visitor of alien species, 2020 came in stillbirth. Upon the border of Earth's bald frame, bubbles flew in the air with disgusted sullenness, a clever way to dismiss the glowing love that caused butterflies once in our liveliest stomach. With naked eyes, thick smoke eclipsed adventure, turning the charts downward. Pressure fought pleasure in swift wrestling. 1,000 fear beating the hearts of beautiful souls with bodies thin as skeleton. Hearts smitten with emotion, communion died with covered eyes, an omen that left feeble hands hanging in the air. Wearing nature's wintry sun that once pleasured the soul. Weakness greeted the streets with suffocation. 1, 2, 3, and many dropped pale as a corpse visibly wasting at rose feast. With no nature's aid, a mocking display to man's integrity. We conceive a liking for distance, an unlucky undertaking, feeding on cherished memories with exhausted emotion. We bid fair to become idle men, reaping silence at home with closed conscience. Fear breeds love with pain, pulling mothers away from infants. Families wrapped in numberless omnirisms, a mirror of images born out of Bubbles' mood. Lovers tasted no tenderness in distant kisses blown in the air. Neighbors stood in blissless distance, bodily caves barricaded like a shielded area for nuclear experiments, relinquishing the debris of freedom that once scented the air. Time crawled into months without whispering kind words. West stayed in the west, south remained in the south. The world stood still in motion, everyone imprisoned in a small zone. In our small worlds, a small safety zones, we drowned in silence without laughter, recollecting memories of times when freedom moved freely in the air with open arms. Times when love and hatred lived in jealousy. We bathed our faces with tears, beckoning on rain to wash our dirtiness away. We prayed in lost thoughts, yearning for miracles, a prayer that will make our zones hold hands once again, a miracle that will make the sweet breeze peck us on the cheek. Day after day, night after night, we stood in gratitude, praying in lost thoughts. A golden wish to burst the bubbles with so much darkness. A chance to prove we are the world is us.
Hello, lovely people. This is Jyotsna, and I'm 17 years old girl from Bihar, and I'm currently pursuing history honors from Delhi University. The reason why I just like writing poems, stories, because writing is when an emotion has found its thought, and thought has found words. Language has a magical power to transform things, and I'm waiting for that transformation in me, my language, my skill. Thank you so much. When in ninth, your grandpa hold me tight. Kissed at the sight, your grandpa told me the right. From marriage to holding to carriage, we did it together, joined our hand forever. The reality and beauty we hold, in hard times, necklaces we sold. From education to parable telling, he built confidence inside me. The grandma you see today is the beauty of your grandpa inside me. He stared, I blushed, he kissed, I cuddled. We convinced our parents, announced the lovely life. From tureen to open, from ice cubes to try. We two are the shades of love, no heights and no lies.
Hello, I am Khan Zara Riza Akhtar from Advocate Bala Saheb Apte, College of Law, Mumbai, Maharashtra. The topic of my poem is Pandemic. People who claim themselves as God turn the other cheeks to the situation. We live in a world where no one is united, yet we call it as one nation. I can feel things that you can't. You can do things that I never dare, be it a student or a brand, because we have a heart that never shares. We live in a world where I want to die is treated like another joke. We never took responsibility for the hearts we broke. You never gave life, yet you took one. You never experienced hunger because you had all the buns. You never created the food that you eat, the water that you drink, and definitely not the air that you breathe. Did you work hard for these? Well, it's a lie we hardly believe. Having a biased notion that goes only in one direction. You can't accept the truth even if it costs you your reputation. People are going out of business, but you are plotting your scheme with a great finesse. You just want to say something to show your supremacy, even if your words reflect your illiteracy. Thousands of people became homeless at times like such, but you, as always, couldn't care much. With the bold and sudden calling, this era doesn't seem to be ending. Darkness has just engulfed the world that we know. The healing can't seem to reach us anymore. We are still far away from reaching clear blue skies, but we'll make it through with our conjoined tries. Professions who have trained through struggles are now officers in battles. Thank you.
I'm Hosna K. Ismail, hailing from Malappuram district of Kerala. Thank you so much, AIFEST, for giving me a wonderful opportunity to recite my poem, The Sourness of Loneliness, in front of you. The poem came to me amidst the 21-day lockdown announced by the Prime Minister of our country. Following this announcement, thousands of migrant labourers continued to walk miles and miles desperate to reach the village. This had created havoc. I have written this poem from a kid's point of view whose parents were migrant laborers.
I have drawn this picture to depict the concept of my poem, The Sourness of Loneliness.
The sourness of loneliness. With tired eyes, rumbling tummy, trembling tiny feet, drenched hair, aching body, whimpering pale lips, I stared at my mom who had no hands to spare. I stared at my dad who was slumbering on the road with my little brother on his shoulders and the heavy sack beside. My mind whispered, "Can you pick me up too?" I goggled at the policeman, withered, worried and surprised, who was grabbling at us and shouted not to wander to spread corona. He said that the Prime Minister had ordered to stay wherever we were and fight corona. I had heard the word a million times, but what if we ran out of food? My dad asked him the same. He promised us food and shelter. Migrant laborers was our name, who fled in flocks in spread of corona, but we were harassed, denied of shelter, and were accused of spreading corona in the land which was unknown. We were devastated and were determined to reach back to our own village. The soreness of loneliness had dragged us miles and miles. The soreness of loneliness had dragged us miles and miles. We then hitchhiked a trek which sped through the wreck. We then continued to walk in the scorching sun. Tears rolled through my reddened cheek. I looked at my mom again, but it was in vain. My eyes were blurring. My feet had surrendered. I stumbled on the mud path. My mom was screaming from far away. From far away. Thank you so much for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Nzimiro Lazarus Ugo, and I'm here to give a rendition of Shades of Love. It falls under the category 3 of the AIFEST poetry contest. Okay, like I said, my name is Nzimiro Lazarus Ugo, and I am a 100 level student of political science, University of Nigeria and Soka. From Imo State of Nigeria, but currently I reside in Lagos State, Nigeria. Why I like poetry, poems give you a mental picture of what is being spoken about. It doesn't matter if you're the writer or you are the reader, it creates beautiful pictures in your mind. It takes you far away at times, from the harsh nature of practical life's realities. It helps you to think. Poems help you to improve your critical thinking ability, as well as provide an avenue for people to express their wishes, their thoughts, their feelings in their own way and in their own words. That's one beautiful thing about poems, It takes you far, 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 far away, and that's beautiful. About the poem, the content, background, shades, as I used in the poem, or as we were asked to use in the poem, was meant to depict a very small degree or quantity of any variety of any substance, and when placed side by side with love, it tries to stress the need for love in all areas of human existence. Everybody needs love, everybody needs care, everybody needs attention, everybody needs compassion, everybody needs to be protected, everybody needs a chance. Everybody needs a benefit of doubt at every point in time, no matter who they are, how they look, or where they are from. I think love, compassion, kindness, understanding, is a universal language understood by all. Everything created understands the language of love. But unfortunately, this language is spoken by a few, but then it still stands out. Love still stands out tall as the only real viable solution to every world problem. If only we could decide not to judge, if only we could decide not to discriminate, if only we could decide to give as little as much as we can, knowing fully well that we are all the same. We are all human beings, not black, not white, not red, not Indian, not you're not different, I'm not different. We are all the same. You understand? We are brothers. And only then, when we understand this fact, can we work together as brothers. And of course, that is the only time we can achieve the long-awaited peace. Not just around us, but peace within ourselves. When you give out love, you get peace. There's this feeling inside you, this feeling of peace, of contentment when you show kindness, when you show love, when you show compassion. And I think that's the most important part of it all. Inner peace. Then talking about poetic models and inspirations, I've had a little romance with the likes of, with the works of the likes of Langston Hughes, Nikki Giovanni, Gwendolyn Brooklyn, Maya Angelou. We had William Wordsworth, H.W. Longfellow, and then of course the likes of Nigerian Chris Okibo, late Chris Okibo, Professor Wole Soyinka, Chinua Achebe, a whole lot of them, But I want to assert that no poetic model or source of inspiration could actually be more invaluable to me than the person of Dr. Mrs. Adobe Monago of the Faculty of General Studies, English Language Category, University of Nigeria and Soka. Because it was her tugging, her professional touch of ingenuity, of course, with a shade of mother's love, that actually, pushed me. It actually gave me the courage to even attempt writing down my feelings in the first place. It all started with her. I think I've not like I've always fancied the thought of being a renowned writer or poet, but I just think I didn't have enough balls to delve into it. I've always fancied the thought of pulling strings, touching lives, changing things for the better, not just around me, but beyond the shores of Africa, through my writings. And presently I have many unpublished books, both ready, poems of course, both ready and in progress. Let me just say, I'm a big bag of feelings waiting to explode. I think all I need to explode poetically, I think I just need the right kind of people around me. I need the right kind of materials. I need the right kind of environment, and of course, of all things, I think I need a chance. Everybody deserves a chance. I think I need a chance if I am to, make it in the area of poetry, to show that I've got what it takes. I need a chance to impact. I need a chance to change the world in my own little way. I need a chance. Having said that, so the title of the poem, like I said earlier, is Shades of Love, and it falls under category 3 of the AIFEST poetry contest. And here is my rendition of this one. Barely visible as the Blue Ridge Mountains unveiled without the noise, were tiny beautiful reefs born in antiquity, blind, but still guides, dumb, but its tone deeper than the hues of red, black and white's voice, gliding on the wings of sacrifice to disperse blessed serenity. There I lay, dying of heat and thirst, even near the Nile, by the dunes, atop my own pyramids of Baal. From angel falls descended 8 elixir without guile, and effortlessly raised aeons of venomous pile. When wrecked by the iron reefs beneath the mammoth Uluru, and death loomed from the cold wings of the dead ends, not Ugoro. 8 shades the weir that kept me warm, and its droplets of affectionate compassion, the cloak I had worn. Then came the great wars of mighty towers, to the horrors of the snow-capped peaks for unending hours. Again it gilds, like a shadow with the force of mighty running waters on speedy wings, across the 7 borders, restoring lost sparkles which it utters. Battered I lay me down to weep, my place, peace and soul shattered by much rift. All alone I lunged for the deep, and would have gone, sunken, but for little love's timely lift. My pride, my hate and fear, these wounds, all man's miracles which I bear, as through treacherous uncertainties of life's current I fare. Love again my drabbish crowning lot with dreary eyes beheld to bring intervention, its gracious beauty patching me up in its shady attention. Though this game I start afresh, by little love's tender touch I stand refreshed, and my eyes opened, not to life's illusory notions of race, praise and power, but to see disjointed hopes and cheers soldered by the hour. Its tiny spark is all we need for our fire. Of these lies and borders, let's make a pyre, and by her wings perch atop the pinnacles of real freedom if we heed, to behold the truth rise from the embers, overcoming the innermost ties of all members, that we all have it in us. shades of love, all we need. Thank you and have a lovely evening. Bye.
My poem is renowned Disconnections. It addresses the migrant laborers. When the lockdown was announced in March across the country as part of COVID-19 social distancing, the sense of displacement, and the hope to go back to the world before it started it all. It's a poem of hope and a sense of hope spun out disconnections. When the world split into spheres, a million disconnected, and he blinked from the wrong one. When the hands ticking spun out as the rice and lentils hope to do until infinity. For the wan faces which wasted and waited and yet stopped their frantic jerks. For the hearts who took the longest to breathe. One day the train would drone its banal tunes, joined in by the dank alleys and mosquitoes, and he would hate the view, the work, and each other, and back. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Bagsha and I am pursuing Masters of Art from Indira Gandhi National Open University. First of all, I would like to thank AIFEST for providing us this beautiful platform. Now I'm going to present my piece of poetry whose title is Love's Funeral. This poem is all about a girl who was in a toxic kind of relationship, and now she's free, and she's cremating the feelings which she had for the person whom she loved. So this whole poetry is all about her. So here we go.
Love's Funeral. Oh, please, don't disturb me now. I'm at a funeral, cremating my feelings for you, burying them deep inside my heart, at the same place where once we exchanged our vows, in the same black dress, with same black shade of love which you gifted me. A coffin is here of your favorite chocolate box, and in that, with corpse of feelings lie some dried rose petals of our first Valentine's Day, your broken love band, some scattered beads of my necklace, a white shirt with your cologne, your cracked specs, the strap of your watch, our old photographs, few love letters, some stolen kisses, numerous warm hugs, some unvoiced truths. I'm not alone here. Your trickery, your violence, your lies, your dominance are here to console me. They are wiping out my tears and saying that tomorrow I'll definitely be happy after seeing those scars which you have given me on my heart, because scars have made me strong and told me that you were wrong. If I could bother that cruelty and pain, surely I'm not gonna face that again, a satanic insane.
The pandemic. Here is a pandemic of these infected maps. Those cities that once bled with the shrieks of fire far into the twilight are silenced by the haunting winds. Ghostly as it might seem, but as once humans asphyxiated her, she smothers the mortal. Their lungs run breathless with the poison of her tears. She demonized her kindness as the serrated knife carved her wounded skin, plunging her into the haze of darkness. These towns are haunted by the mother's own arms, as she dances into the solitary nights, and you, through your mere casement windows, perceive the agony of those caged and fed, despite their liberty to even exist. Recorded by Rona C. Sajid. From Christ College, Irnyalakoda, Thrissur, Kerala.
Wishes of an Evergreen Day. Myself, Safrin Sadiq, final year English Literature student of Bharat Mother College of Commerce and Arts. Poetry. When it comes to poetry, it is an expression of our feelings. It helps to find our inner voice. It opens the windows of thoughts and feelings of others. The reason behind for me to write this poem is the events that I saw in this lockdown period. The pandemic situation was difficult for many, but it also gave us a chance to see our inner self. And this poem proves it. Let me recite my poem, Ray of Hope. On a cold, windy day, when tiny drops of rain touches the Mother Earth, soothing scent of soil struck me. The heavenly feeling of petrichor took me into a heavenly world. Gliding my eyes into eternity, I realized. The streets and playgrounds, once busy with children's laughter, now lies as deserts with dry leaves. A tiny virus taught the mankind that they aren't the superior ones. Once caged birds now flies high, mocking at the quarantined humans. But these days taught us life lessons that we can survive without fast foods and long trips. The tables which dined at different times now met the family together. The closed temples, mosques and churches proved us real gods are there in hospitals, in roads, serving us, working day and night. Sometimes I wonder, is this Mother Earth's wrath for all those cruelties we have done to her? But this shall too pass, a ray of hope inside us.